Well, hello, folks. Welcome back to another session of cooking and having fun. I'm Mike from
And I'm Lee, Smoking Bears,
Yep, and
and the
we will
Black
do
Ribbon.
our best here.
So I officially got that channel up and going.
What's
So
that?
the Black Ribbon Warrior.
Oh, good,
So
good.
that's up. There's 4 videos posted, and I've got to schedule the next one. But that one's uploading on Mondays at 8 a.m.
Okay,
So that way you can kind of listen to it throughout the day. You know, the little tidbits, whatever. So,
right.
but yeah, so that's up and going.
I like it. I'm glad. I know that's something you were really wanting to get done. Oh, we got Honey Badger.
What's up, James? Yeah, I was wanting to get it going, and then I was kind of nervous. And I think the hesitation was reliving it, going back and reliving with, bits and pieces of it. And
I
it's still
understand.
like wow, that actually happened kind of thing. So,
Yeah. It's like you get to yeah, it's just, it brings it all back fresh into your head, and that's tough. I know.
and it's all right though, because I don't remember all of it, but I remember it. And then I'm also throwing out how I'm doing things today. If I have to write it down because I'll forget if I walk through a door.
Yeah, I get that too.
But that's one I can kind of, I can do other things on there besides that I can't do on this one. And meaning, like you tune in to Smoking Bears because you want to see cooking,
Right.
barbecue and stuff. And I've kind of expanded that out into the cast iron. I've tried to incorporate life stuff, but that's not the right
No, you'll
platform.
be able to keep them separate this way. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yep. So, and it's not for everybody, and I understand it, and that's fine. If it kind of got to me that in the men's group that I'm with, it kept coming up that you go through these trials and hardships to share your story, to
True.
help somebody else.
Yeah, that's true.
And it kept coming back that I remembered one lady that had reached out to me and how much the podcast had helped her out.
Right.
So I was like, I'm looking for that reason why I'm still here. That might be it. So that was kind of the put the stamp on it and put it in the mail.
Like it.
So whoever it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It'll be returned to sender.
There you go. There you go.
But
Well, I know what it's like about the having stuff come back on you and remembering it and reliving it. Mine wasn't life and death like yours was, but it was when I was 13. I walked into a sliding glass door and shattered the door and just completely destroyed my right knee. Um, and it took, hey, Jason, it took a lot of stitches to close it up. And every time I hear glass breaking, I relive that.
yeah, yep. So that's an avenue that I'm exploring in a way that I can put a different part of me into and maybe find somewhere that'll help somebody out. Aside from cooking a turkey on a Weber kettle. Because that seems to be one of the better videos.
I've never cooked a turkey on a kettle, and I've smoked a turkey before, but it was on a pit smoker.
Yeah.
And that my brother and I built. Man, that thing was huge. We could put like 20 turkeys at a time on it. We'd make turkeys for everybody in the world in the family.
Well, when you get to do one on this drum, you're gonna love it.
That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking
I
forward.
highly recommend spatchcocking.
You read my mind. I was going to ask you, what about a spatchcock turkey on it? Does it cook it better, make it easier, and all?
It makes it so it's an even cook, so it all gets done at the same time.
Same time. That makes sense. That
Yep.
that was my thinking. That was my thinking.
Yep.
And I said,
I highly recommend that.
All right.
And if you're one that wants to save your broth and stuff or the drippings, get one of those turkey pans and lay it on top of the fire.
Yep.
So everything drops down into that.
Yeah, I like to make the gravy with the droppings.
Howdy, Jiffy.
Coming.
From Cumming, Georgia.
This
How are you? All right, Mike. You got something. You got something different tonight than what we've done the last 2 weeks. What do you got going on tonight?
Well, I'm going to make a keto chaffle cookie, basically a sugar cookie. I'm going to try my hand at some others, and it's going to be with no mozzarella cheese. I'm going to try it with cottage cheese and arrowroot.
Ooh, okay. I've never used arrowroot.
And the cottage cheese I've got it's a blended cottage cheese. I've already blended it, and so we're gonna see what it'll do.
Okay.
And I got powdered. It says Splenda, but it's allulose. It's their brand, and it was on sale at Publix. That's why I got it. And I took it and I powdered the whole thing the day I bought it. And I wanted to do that because it had this nice little container I could return it back to keep it in.
Right. So honey badgers can spatchcock a turkey in a 17-inch skillet. I don't have one that big.
I don't either.
In an hour and 15 minutes, depending on the size of bird and how hot you're cooking.
Wow.
I usually cook my turkeys 350, whatever the drum wants to sit at. Usually I try to get up about 350 and just let her go until internal temps are where I want.
Yep.
MBO, what's going on? Can't stay, but I'll watch later. All right, buddy. Well, I'm glad you popped in.
Appreciate you showing yourself here. We love seeing you. And we love it.
I'm going to try my hand at a keto cannoli dip and pumpkin chaffles. And I'm going to cut like sticks. So I have matchstick dippers.
Right.
We'll see. I don't know. So the recipe for the pumpkin part came from Sears Keto several years ago. Okay. He made his pumpkin truffles where he made a keto pumpkin pie filling, crustless filling, baked it off, and then spooned it out. And I had like tablespoon-sized dollops that I had frozen. And then I heated a couple of them up. I got cheese and waffle iron and all that in the back. And I got a cannoli dip. But fortunately, unfortunate, I was going to use evaporated milk that I had left from last week's video.
Yeah.
But it calls for heavy whipping cream to whip up into peaks.
Yeah.
And the store was out of heavy whipping cream.
Oh.
Next best thing.
Oh, yeah. There you go. That'll work.
So I said, you know what? I'll just use this. Throw in the ricotta. And then it calls for vanilla. My sweetener of choice, which, is coconut sugar, so it's not keto, but it is.
It is a lower carb.
Yes. instead of getting and then instead of doing cinnamon and nutmeg, I'm using pumpkin pie spice.
Okay.
And then instead of getting the Lily's chocolate chips, it's like $8 a bag
Uh-huh.
for $4.
There you go.
I only need a third cup, so I think the last time this broke up to about a cup.
There you go.
That's what I got rolling.
I like it. I like it.
What's up, Charlie? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Charlie.
So that's what I got going on. So just
Miracle
like
I'm still a hard no on Miracle Whip.
I grew up with Miracle Whip, and then when I moved south, I got into Duke's, and I haven't looked back.
Oh, Duke's is, man, that stuff is great.
I am going to have to kick a light on. It looks like the sun's starting to go down.
Oh yeah. Boom.
Boom! There we are. All right.
Well, I'm gonna get my waffle irons, my little mini waffle irons. Started up. Let them warm up good.
Yep. I'm going to start with my filling first, my dip, because it's supposed to be refrigerated for 2 hours, and I don't have that kind of time.
Nope, you don't.
So
that was why I did this. I was going to bake the cookies and bake them, but the chaffles will go faster.
yes.
And so, this will work just as good, and I can make them turn them into cookies. It won't be a really crispy cookie. It'll be more of a soft cookie, but it'll have a little bit of crispness to it because of the arrowroot. But let me get this here thing cranking it up. Got my mixing bowl here. Oh, I need some spoons. Where might you be? There it is. There he is. There he is.
Let's see. What do we got going on here? Hellman's is a mayo of choice. Flashbacks are real. I can relate what's going through, but I definitely understand. Diagnosed with congestive heart failure in 15 and given 5 years. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A lady my wife works with, so my wife's dad had congestive heart failure, and it was a long, long, long battle. He ended up passing. But this lady that my wife works with, her husband was kind of recently diagnosed, but it was really bad. And recently, like last week, passed. And my wife was able to kind of show the inside of kind of what she went through. And she was able to be like that, hey, you're not alone. I know. Yeah. And a lot of times that's what we as individuals need is that little bit of comfort in knowing you're not alone.
Yep. That's
because
true.
Believe it or not, you're not alone, and other people have done this.
They surely have.
So let's go down to the next comment. God is good, absolutely. Looking forward to a nice cooking adventure. So are we. My wife, when I told her what I was cooking, she said half of it sounds good, the rest of it. And Mike knows my wife is not a chaffle person. She's not really keto at all.
No.
She likes some things keto, but not a lot.
No, she's
she's pretty much vocal about it.
Okay, I put one egg in here.
So I got
And now I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of whipped cottage cheese.
Hope that was right. Yeah. No. Oh, yeah. Okay. I kind of already screwed up, but it's all right.
Yeah.
You don't mix it.
Did Rusty go in the morning about the Falcons beating the Panthers?
Do what?
Did Rusty go into mourning after the Falcons beat the Panthers?
No, I think he's kind of used to it.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see here. Let me see.
He didn't say anything about it. Let's just put it that way. And as usual, you have to use a Star Wars spatula or your keto won't come out right. You think it does, but it really doesn't.
Nope. It does not. Okay, 2 to 3 tablespoons of sweetness.
That's really good. Oh. So let me see what else is going on here. Kind of like Carl's Jr.'s and Hardee's, the same company, depends on where you live. Yeah, I mean, so where I used to work at a spot where we made mayonnaise, and it would be the same thing, just in a different label.
Yep.
Come out of the same batch, just a different label.
Yep.
Now, I need to get a color. So this is already kind of brownish. And I'm going to have chocolate chips. So I need purple or orange. What's the consensus?
Orange.
Orange?
2 orange. 2 orange. I think that's better.
Okay. Because I want to turn my filling orange. And then I'll have the chocolate chips to be my dark, kind of on top. And then the chaffles will also be kind of like dark brown. But I could always add a little bit of black to that.
Yeah. Ooh. These irons have gotten hot. That's the thing about these little mini dashes. It do not take long to get it hot. Now, I don't know how many of y'all have ever used arrowroot, but the beauty of it is that it is a lot like coconut flour, and it can be used as a thickening agent. But unlike coconut flour, it doesn't want to clump as bad or be as grainy. So, you got advantages to it.
Well, I was going to ask what the appeal is to arrowroot flour versus whatever, tapioca starch. Like what?
It's less carbs. For 1 tablespoon, it's 8 carbs. But this is going to make a couple of chaffles, so it won't be, you get 2 chaffles for your 8 carbs. And so if you just stick with 1, because these are going to be big cookies, you get 4 carbs for that. Plus, you get protein from the egg and protein from the cottage cheese, and protein, and and it tends to help a fatty protein tends to help blunt a carb response.
Okay, so
It itself tends to blunt it.
so would you use that in place of the coconut flour or the almond flour?
I would use it in place of both. You can use less. Probably not quite as it's like it does equate to about like coconut flour in a 1-to-4 ratio.
Okay.
1 tablespoon for this arrowroot is about 4 tablespoons of the other. So or a quarter cup would be like a cup.
Okay.
It
That
starts
13 10, let me see.
You can see it's thickening some. It's still got a lot of thickening to
Sounds
do.
like a drum. So, Honey Badger, if like what I was doing there was I was the cleanup guy, so I would clean up all the messes. And when you get covered head to toe in mayonnaise, you tend not to eat it for about 10 years. And, you know, there was stuff we had pipes that would come unclamped and whatnot. And you actually walked in the stuff all the time. It was nothing to be ankle deep in a sauce. It was terrible. Evening, Bat 13. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, Bet. Is it?
I mean, it was a good job. Huh?
Was that ConAgra you were at?
Cargill.
Cargill. Okay. Okay. I knew it was something like that you worked at.
Yeah. Yeah, ConAgra, they were doing all the like pre-made pizzas and stuff. Mama Rosa's pizzas came out of there.
Yeah.
Michelina dinners, that kind of stuff, that all came out of ConAgra. Okay, so this says, I'm going to add a little more pumpkin pie spice just to zhuzh it up. But it's got to refrigerate. It said 2 hours, but I'm going to toss it in the refrigerator and get on with my next step. Or the freezer. I'm going to toss it in the freezer and get on with the next step.
Okay. The freezer has cut the time down tremendously.
I'm hoping so.
Okay, I'm just adding this to it, and I'm just covering the bottom is all on the waffle iron. Okay, this is going to make more than 2. This is going to make about 4. Which is just fine. So that's even less carbs out of that 8 carbs. Alrighty, now I got to find my cooling rack.
All right, so now off to the next step. Which is everybody's favorite? The chaffle.
Yep.
So I'm going to whip up my batter first because I've only got one outlet. One handy dandy plug. Right here. Well, I could probably do 2. Yeah, let me do that. Y'all don't care. Unless it shuts down my computer.
So, now Lee will tell you this is because we have probably both learned this the hard way. As long as this has got steam coming off of it, do not lift it. You're going to be tempted. You're going to be drawn to it. It's going to beg you to lift it, but don't do it.
That is true.
Because it will come back and haunt you because it will create a massive mess. And there's no guarantee that after it stops steaming that it won't make a mess then, but it is way less likely to. And this is going to cook quick because it's a little thinner. And I've got some cookie cutters that I'm going to try and use to cut out cookie shapes.
So I think just Jason's in, and
Yep.
he does 1 cup of cheese, which happens to be about half a bag.
Yep.
He does 1 egg, which fortunately my daughter's already been putting the shells back, so now I don't know how many I've really got in here. She went through like a nesting baking phase.
No. Was that pay?
Yeah. I think I told you all about that last week.
Yeah, I thought I remembered that.
Happy to report all the cookies are gone. Unfortunately, I ate a lot of them. Not a lot, but I ate more than what I wanted to. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of this pumpkin filling. Because I had it in the freezer, and the joy of that was all I had to do was put them in a little container and then nuke it for a couple minutes. And now it's ready to get put into the blender.
Okay, let's put some blend.
Maybe. Didn't sound so good, did it? All right, that's close enough.
There we go. It's going to give me 4 chaffles. Now, this chaffle steamed. Now, it's not real crisp right now. I'm hoping it'll crisp up a little bit more. But that's what it looks like right there. It's thinner than a regular waffle. So it's more of a cookie size, but what I want to do is let them cool a little bit, and then I'll try to cut out some cookies, make it look like cookies. I got a pumpkin right here. I'll do 1 of each, probably. Got a pumpkin shape. $6 on Amazon.
I like the idea of doing cookies.
You can see the steam's coming up. And this is a haint, or some folks call it a ghost. A haint. Oops, more like that. Okay.
Oh, wait. I almost forgot, Jason. He knows it. He doesn't know that I'll watch because I'm terrible at making comments, like leaving comments. But little piece of provolone.
Oh yeah. Provolones.
Provolone. A little bit of the filling in the center. I think that was his trick. spread that around.
A witch's hat. And last is, what the heck is that? I don't know what this one is. Maybe y'all can enlighten me.
What's that one?
I got to look, pull it out here and let y'all see it. I'm not sure what this one is. Oh, it's a bat. Never mind. Now I get it.
It's a Bat 13.
Yeah, there you go. No, 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 no. Uh-oh.
Bat 13.
He's got a little bit thicker. I put a little more in there the last time because I think I kind of undercut it just a touch before.
So these little Hershey bars, they are cheaper than Lily's. You don't get near as much, but it's I don't know, it was cheaper, so
Yeah. Okay, they stiffened up a little bit. They're still not crunchy, but they'll be good. I'm gonna cut out some shapes. Let me get my thing here. Turn around. Get a plate. Actually, get a cutting. I forgot it was over here where I access it easy.
well, I've lost all the comments. Hold on, I got to go back up, scroll back up here.
Uh-oh.
I kind of forgot about them.
I can't see them because I used the camera on the laptop.
Free slip and slide, dude. It was. Oh, you talking about that? Yeah, it was bad, man. We had all kinds of stuff. Bring the thunder from down under. Free tours were packed in June. Chaffle is an omelet in a waffle maker. Pretty close.
Yeah.
Shells are good for the garden. Yeah, I'm going to have to drop these off in the garden. Pretty close. The CH is from the cheese, and then because it's in a waffle maker, that's your waffle. But you all already knew that. You were just testing me, and that's fine.
You passed.
Yeah. That's kind of what my kids say too. Chaffle, like awful. Yeah, my kids aren't very big into them either. And I'm not a huge fan of chaffles. I find some here and there that I like, but I don't make it all the time. Not like Jason does, and he's pretty. He does some pretty good ones.
That man's a chaffle king.
I was thinking. No, I'm sorry. I was thinking. I was thinking he did a tuna one. Didn't he do a tuna one?
I did.
Okay.
You may have done one too. I don't know.
But I was thinking, I don't know, I watched Polly Detmer last night, and he was doing a pizza one. He was doing pizza.
Uh-huh.
And
it's a king there.
And he was talking about when he made a tuna pizza. And that's what I was thinking of was a tuna chaffle maybe.
Tuna pizza.
Like I would never thought to put tuna on a pizza. You know,
No,
with
me either.
like
You know
tacos.
what? That sounds like it might be pretty good, though.
Depending on how you do it. Oh, but I will tell you, we were down at Edisto, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we stopped this little spot, and kind of, you want to eat semi-local, right?
Right.
Down by the beach, you want some seafood. And we got this. It was a nacho, but what it was the wonton that was fried and then put out there with it had a dressing that they put over top of, but it had an avocado, some sour cream, some sort of dressing, and a slice of tuna on top, and some other. It had some other stuff, but it was dang good.
Wow. I bet. That sounds like it'd be real good.
Yeah. And then of course, we had to go eat local and get some seafood from the local seafood spot. Got some steamed oysters. Of course, Rusty was going to get. He wouldn't even look at the oysters. It started making him sick.
Now I got to make my frosting for it. You know what? No, that ain't gonna make one. No, no. Oh, well. That won't make one.
All right, so let's check this Chaffle. There she is. There's one. And it has a skull on it, in case anybody's curious. So, I don't know how this is going to turn out, Mike, with the cheese chocolate thing.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious now. Cheese and chocolates. I guess it does kind of go together because you would do it on our charcuterie board, right?
Yep. That's right. Yep. You do it on one of them pizza boards.
And I'm going to add a little more pumpkin pie spice to my chaffle mix. And then another piece of cheese. Oops. Another piece of cheese and close her down. Mm-mm-mm. So how do you like your oysters?
On a plate.
Any way you can get them?
Yep. That's it.
Do you prefer them steamed or in raw, or do you have to have all the stuff in them?
I like them steamed and raw, and I put some what you call it on it, hot sauce on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't put lemon juice on it. Some folks do. I don't.
I was with a group of guys one time, and we went and got oysters, and that's the only way I'd ever had them was raw or steamed.
Right.
You just dab a little hot sauce, maybe a little butter on them, and that was it. These guys were getting them with like cheese melted in and some sort of sauce and kind of like a crab cake in it. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, they were good, but they weren't just a fresh oyster and hot sauce. So then they tried it the way I was doing it, and they all loved it. They fell in love with it.
Okay, I'm making the frosting.
Okay.
And the frosting, what I did, I used, where'd it go? Oh, yeah. I used this, which is the butter, Angel Food Cake. It's their version of vanilla, Devotion protein powder. And I put just a touch of water in it. And I put a little, maybe 2 teaspoons of the Splenda allulose, powdered allulose.
Okay.
And where's my cup? There it is. Now I'm going to add a little bit of food coloring in it. And
Almost forgot I had a water here.
orange. Let me put a little orange food coloring in it.
Well, I was going to add black to my stuff. Okay. I sometimes wonder if Rusty ever had an 8-ball jacket. I don't know if he has. He's a pool guy, so he might have.
Is he pretty good?
I don't know. Ever since I've known him, he's had trouble with his eyes, so I've never shot pool with him.
That's as good as any icing you will ever make right there.
He's very picky on his mayonnaise, and it's surprising because he doesn't like do a lot of mayonnaise.
Right.
And then, but he tried making something. He tried making a coleslaw. No, it was the Alabama white sauce. And I told him you have to use Duke's mayonnaise.
Yep.
Well, no, you don't. That's just da da da. Okay, whatever. Dang, that thing's leaking out everywhere. So I was like, okay, whatever. So he makes it with some cheap JFG or whatever, Gordon Food Service. And it turned out terrible. He had to throw it away. Made it with Duke's, and it was amazing.
There you go.
Cheese and chocolate, no. Never seen it on a charcuterie board. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll find out in a minute.
Why not? I say why not?
The members only jacket. It's funny you say that because we were at the National Cornhole Tournament was down here several years ago, and we went, and they were giving away members only ball caps. So that was kind of funny, though. It was like a kind of a nostalgic thing. You kind of like, oh yeah, members only. I remember that. But oysters in the tin, smoked. Ooh, yeah. Then Thanksgiving stuffing. Yeah, I always like oyster dressing. I think a lot of those, though, they used canned oysters. You know, because in Ohio, we don't get fresh oysters.
Well, it's hard to get fresh ones anywhere.
Not around the Dayton, Lima area.
Yeah.
Hammer time, the parachute pants. Yeah.
We're on the coast, but, you know, we don't. Georgia's known for shrimp, not oysters.
His dad's 94 and still rocks a members only jacket. That's awesome.
Keep on rocking it too, man.
Let's see the pool boy.
Okay, there's my cookies right there.
Ooh, those look good. How does he work on computers when he can't even read the chat? Charlie, I don't know. I don't really know. And it's one of those that I just kind of go, okay, man.
I cut those. This is a ghost. This is a ghost, and that's a pumpkin. Does it look like them?
Yeah. Yeah, you can make them out.
Okay. The others were too big for it. The cat and the bat and the hat, the cat and the hat and the bat. They were too big. They were too big for it. But let me get the missus, see if she'll try one of these for us.
Looks like I sprung a leak from all the grease and the cheese. Ooh, that looks good, no? Don't it? All right, set this thing on fire! I don't really need black food coloring in this. It's already dark enough. Mm-mm. Get my provolone down.
Oh, it smells good in here. Oh, what is it?
No, what is it?
It smells good. I just hadn't seen what it looks like yet.
She said, I don't care what it is. What is it?
So, am I supposed to eat this with a fork or pick it up?
It's a soft cookie.
Oh, a soft cookie.
Yeah.
Oh, really? A cookie? Mmm. Mmm. Oh my gosh.
I got a double.
That is so good.
Thank you.
So what is it? Tell me what it is.
This is made in a waffle iron.
Oh.
It's got sweetener, an egg, cottage cheese, and
Cottage cheese.
yeah, blended cottage cheese.
Man, cottage cheese is like a sleeper, man.
Yeah, it is.
Everybody hates on it, and then you try the different stuff, and it's like, ooh.
And the icing is made with vanilla protein powder, and water, and a little bit of allulose.
Wow.
Mmm.
Isn't that delicious?
Mm. Man.
Told you. Mmm. Mmm. Yes.
I got a hit.
Yes, yes, yes. Big hit.
Awesome.
Now, what did you make?
I am working right now on a cannoli dip is in the freezer actually,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm making pumpkin pie chaffles.
Oh.
And kind of see it.
What is that?
Oh, it's a skull.
Oh.
So there it is.
He did it in his skull maker.
Huh.
So I have so this is what it come out like. Big round one. But I kind of went a little overboard because they're really crispy.
Mm.
But I got enough for one more maybe.
Oh,
These are pretty good.
There's orange food coloring.
No.
Yeah.
This?
So Where we at on time? I got a few more minutes yet.
Yep. You're good. You're good. You're not. You got probably 20 minutes before we hit the hour.
Yep.
Mm.
I'm really digging the. I'm just eating a little bits.
Right. Yeah. The trimmings.
Yeah, I'm really digging those.
And what did
Man,
you
this
make?
is good.
I already forgot what he's making. What's he making?
A cannoli with a pumpkin pie chaffle.
Mm.
And I got a cannoli dip that looks similar to that. Kind of oranges.
Ah,
And it's in the freezer. And then this right here is a pile of Hershey's Zero chocolate bars that I cut up instead of using chocolate chips.
where do you get those?
You got some up there.
I have some up there. Oh,
You
They were a
want
whole lot cheaper than
you
they were a
saw
whole lot cheaper than trying to get the Lily's chocolate chips.
Yeah.
Mm.
We're going to the store and she sees them and she says, "Ooh," grabs it and says, "I want these." I said, "But no buts. Just put them in the buggy."
Yeah.
I
And so
know.
they're in there in that
Mhm.
cabinet. Oh.
I said, "Yes, ma'am." See, that's the thing. I got a great marriage. I get the last word in my marriage.
That's right.
It's yes, ma'am.
That's right.
Or sometimes yes, dear.
Yeah. Mm.
Oh, Miss Paige. I got this just for you.
Oh. Just for me.
Oh, look at that.
I found it for $4 at a thrift store.
It's a cast iron, right?
No, it's ceramic.
Ceramic. Okay.
It's ceramic. But what it is
Dark.
you have one little, like your little dippy cup,
Ah.
spot for it to go, and then your tray for like your fries or whatever, and it's got a little spot for it there,
Oh, that's
and a
awesome.
handle so you can.
Huh.
I saw that and I said, Miss Paige will love that.
Yeah, I love it. Love it. Love it. Okay, so we got to get one.
Send me a link where you got it. Where'd you get it?
Thrift store.
Oh,
Oh.
So what I'm going to do, cut up my chaffles and put them in here. So they're like fries. Put the old skull in there because you got to have that.
heck yeah.
That looks good.
And this thing that I made, it would work just making a regular chaffle and putting icing on it. And just make sure you sweeten it though when you do it.
Now I'm going to go a little off, little wacky right here. You ready for this one?
Wacky. I like wacky.
Go for wacky. I like wacky too.
I'm going to put my cheese down. Now, put down my filling. That's not the wacky part. Hold on.
Tell them what's in the filling again.
So the filling is 1 cup, roughly, of 5 blend Italian cheese,
Ooh.
2 tablespoons of keto pumpkin pie filling from Serious Keto, his recipe, and 1 egg.
Wow.
Hit the blender. Well, the magic bullet. All right. I know it looks a mess. It's okay.
No, hey,
No,
you're fine.
I was laughing because the noise, I thought it was my dog growling.
Oh, my neighbor started his car. I'm going to add a little pumpkin pie spice, which is what I've been doing, just to kind of kick that flavor home.
Yep.
All right. We got to show out our sponsor.
Uncle Steve.
Uncle Steve.
A little bit of the original.
Yep.
We have it.
He's not made a pumpkin spice one, which I don't blame him because it is kind of weird.
Oh, yeah.
But I did a pork butt or pork chops or something with Uncle Steve's and pumpkin pie spice mix, and it was great.
Mm.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know what we're going to be having
I'll tell you.
soon.
Yep, put it on pork chops. It's something different. You want to use your pumpkin pie spice at the end as a dusting,
Right.
like a dust, because otherwise it just gets kind of lost in it.
It'll gum up, and you might end up with some burn spots even. But I don't call it burn. I call that goodness char.
Let's see. Our treasured home, how you doing?
Oh, hey, Nancy.
Rusty is the hot.
Does that? Oh, that's a good question.
I don't know. I don't know who that is. Hale Willerson. I don't know who that is. That's not the diabetes guy. The big dude who was on that one show.
Oh,
Mitten from Office Space.
yeah.
Ramekins. That's what I was looking for. Little ramekin.
But he said, "What's the brand name on the?" Charlie said, "What's the brand name on the bottom of your pan? The little plate that you're using, the ceramic thing.
Elite.
Is it the same with the other two?" Look at there. Okay, I'm gonna find that.
Yep. And I only dropped one piece that time.
Because I want to make poutine.
Oh, that'd be good. Okay. Let me trim out the skull on this one. Just for Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
So when you guys are setting up for Halloween, do you get sugar-free keto stuff or to pass out, or just regular stuff?
Well, we don't set up.
Okay.
Horrible. We're horrible
We
neighbors.
did it. We did it for years and years and years.
Yeah.
When our kids were little, and then when the grandkids were little, we did it. But see, that's the day that I proposed to Paige on, Halloween.
Okay.
For over 30 years of doing it that way, we changed and said, we're going to go out and celebrate that. And so on Halloween night, we go out and celebrate that, and we don't give out candy anymore. Plus,
We don't have really.
there's nobody on that street that trick or treats.
Yeah. Ours, there's hardly anybody comes by our place. Like if we open it up, if we have something out, there might be 2 other houses. That's it.
Yeah.
So.
But that was the day that I tricked her into saying yes to marry me. So
Tricked me? I don't think so. I think I tricked you. You just didn't realize it.
If Paige said no, he would have told Paige your house.
let me tell you how I proposed while we're doing this. Tell me what you think. I took, I got the ring. Excuse me. I cut open ever so easily a Cracker Jack box, and I put the ring into a little small baggie, and like you literally buy drugs, how they come in it. But
But it wasn't drugs.
But it wasn't drugs. So I found that, and I put it inside there, and I picked her up from work that afternoon, and we're riding, and I said, "Oh, there's the prize in here. Hey, reach in there and get the prize out. You can have it." "Well, I don't want the prize." I said, "Oh, go on, reach in there and have it." So she reached in there and she saw the ring and she went speechless for a second, and then went, and I said, "Will you marry me?" And she said, "Yes."
Kind of hard to say no now.
I know. No, it's the best thing I've ever done.
Don't you remember? I can laugh because I tell my wife that same thing.
Yeah.
Like, don't be talking about different stuff, and I'm like, "Honey, you're the best wife I ever had." And then she's like, "Oh," and I said, "Don't worry, my next one won't speak any English."
Well, Pickle said, "Drugs come in bags." Some do. He said, "I've been using my hands all these years." I did a lot of undercover work, and I have bought a lot of drugs. And when it comes to getting some drugs, it comes in that way. Oh, it's set up good.
It's real liquidy. You can see it moving.
But still, it's way better than it was.
Yeah, it's setting up. So now I'm just going to set a third cup, so that's pretty close. Can you really go wrong?
No.
And then I'm going to...
It's chocolate. There ain't no such thing as too much.
Yeah. Parts of it set up pretty good, but... So I'm going to fold this in. Ooh-wee. I'm going to save a little bit for the topping. Fold that in. All right. That was with more pumpkin pie spice added in. And it did thicken up once I started up here.
Honey Badger says he's given out snack bags of pizza combos and granola bars for years. Okay, the pizza combos, they probably love that.
Mm-hmm. We just don't have any.
No. Paige said, "Can we just leave a bowl out and a sign that says take two each?" And I'm like,
I was a little naive.
Somebody's gonna come along and just dump the whole thing in the bag.
So real quick, that's where that looks like.
It's good. It may not be. It may be soft and all, but it looks like it.
Yeah, I mean it's still gloops, but it for this what we're doing,
it works.
it works.
Yeah.
So here's my plate.
Yep. Hey, don't forget the chaffle you got going. Look at that.
Can you see the skull?
Uh-huh. I do. That is wonderful. Your presentation's way better than mine.
Well, it's because Miss Paige is watching.
Aw.
If you weren't watching, I wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Well, I wouldn't have had it as fancy.
Is that my stomach or your stomach?
I don't know.
All right.
Me?
Might be both of them.
All right, so now I got to call in my taste tester. What's going on here? Well, give it a try and tell me what you think, and I'll tell you what it is.
Ooh.
Looks kind of burnt. Arm stuff.
Oh my God.
Complete with
Yeah.
floor show, folks.
You
Complete
two, you two are two peas in a pod there.
with-
What do you think? Ain't too bad, a little crunchy. This is nice and cold and sweet. What is it? I don't know. Well, those are pumpkin pie chaffles. Nuh-uh. Yeah. Try it out. Look inside. It's got pumpkin pie in it. I taste the pumpkin. I don't taste a lot of cheese. That's good.
That's the thing is, yeah.
And
It's
what's
like-
that?
Yeah.
That's a pumpkin pie cannoli dip. You home?
Oh my gosh. I'm starting to get worried about you.
Yeah, I had a nap today.
Oh no.
The yeah, I love it. How long did you stay up last night thinking that up?
Oh, that was just off the cuff, man. I just have.
Okay. That's me. I do it
That
off
was
the cuff
good.
too.
Yep. All right. I'm gonna get it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that just sounded like a good idea.
I like it. I like it a whole lot. Don't knock that over.
I won't knock that over. I won't knock him over. See you next time.
See ya. Yeah,
All
this is really good. I'm surprised.
I'm not. I figured it was gonna taste real good.
Well, I'm kind of biased too, you know.
Yep.
What does it have a break? Oh, okay, we already looked at that. Yes, you are helpful, Charlie. Thank you for showing up and helping.
Yes.
Drugs come in bags. Okay, you already read all these.
Yeah. Mostly
Spaghetti
good
and
up.
meatballs, sometimes noodle soup. What? Okay.
Okay. Bet you put
Well,
that in, Maggie.
I'm gonna put this in the recipe box to make again. I didn't know how the cannoli dip was gonna go with. I figured it'd come out good. I was hoping it'd be more orange, but I ran out.
Hey, what the heck?
But you couldn't tell that didn't have regular sugar in it.
Yep. I
That
bet.
coconut sugar is just good.
It's like this
And I
right here.
didn't-
It's awesome.
I didn't do stiff peaks. I cheated. But y'all throw that in your memory banks. You got a whip, heavy whipping cream to get stiff peaks. Cool Whip's it, man.
You ain't got to
I'm
whip
sold.
that.
I'm sold.
And no more than you're using. I mean, heck, it's not like you're getting a lot of bad stuff for what you're doing, and there's zero sugar in it. So
Yep. But a little bit of the provolone's a nice mild flavor.
mm-hmm.
So the pumpkin really just kind of, and the mozzarella cheese or the 5-blend cheese in it,
Mm-hmm.
it could use a little more pumpkin spice. This is the one I had the Uncle Steve's in. Does get a little messy. Way better.
Uncle Steve got some good stuff, y'all.
That Uncle Steve's in there gives it that little bit of zap. Like, woo, what's that?
Yep.
Good stuff. I don't know,
Well,
man.
we did it in under an hour.
Yep. Even with John.
That's it.
I think I kind of went a little bit too long on the chaffles because they are really crispy.
That's okay. I like crispy. Crispy.
They're really dark. So that Uncle Steve's, man.
Remember now when that crispy like that, turning them into fries would be a thing to try too. Without the pumpkin in it. Well, you could use it and have them be like a sweet potato pie. Sweet potato French fry.
Which is kind of what they are.
Right.
But if I had put them out on a griddle and then cut them up, that would have been wow.
Yep.
Yeah,
well,
we can definitely play around with that one.
Yep. Oh, hey, Kent. We got Daddy Dutch here in the party.
What's going on, Kent? Well,
we got two more Wednesdays in the month.
All right.
So in this month, we're devoting to Halloween stuff. So y'all got 2 more weeks of getting this type stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe the last one will do something different.
Maybe.
We'll see. Because I don't know if I can top this one. This is probably the best one I made.
I got an idea for next week that I already came up with in my head from just doing this one today.
Okay.
Hopefully it'll work out too.
So, Kent, you're getting the food trailer set up, huh? Not just competition, now you're getting into the food trailer, huh?
Oh, wow.
Mm-mm-mm. Hey, Rusty, how you doing?
Hey, Rusty. He just made it home. Dang, Rusty.
Yep. Well, I think that's it, buddy.
Yep, I agree.
I got crumbs all over the place, and the dog's going to be happy.
Mine are too. They love it. Because I spilt a few crumbs when I was cutting them up.
Yeah. My dogs love chaffles.
Well, hey, cheese and eggs. What's not to love, right?
Yeah. So, all right. So now we're doing another keto sweets next week.
Right.
Same colors, same, but different. But different.
Right.
So.
Make them different.
Yep. All right. Well, I guess we're out of here then, buddy.
Sounds like a plan.
Great job.
See y'all next week. Thanks for joining us, folks.
And y'all remember, there's 2 rules in cooking. Did you have fun? Did it taste good? Rock on. Y'all are awesome. Have a great week, everybody.
Let's be careful out there.